Hello, dear friends. This is Emilios Lalas, and in the next 10 minutes, I would like to speak with you about our stethoscope and our global community. Which is, of course, the International Dermoscopy Society. So, I will share with you a few updates concerning the ideas. But before this, let me just remind you what I frequently say that today I think that we can easily say that the dermatoscope is our stethoscope, and it's approximately 20 years since the moment that dermoscopy was established in the clinical practice. And 20 years ago, there was the first consensus paper in which we standardized for the first time criteria that can be used for dermoscopy of skin tumors. Since then, dermoscopy really changed the everyday practice, especially in the field of skin cancer screening, by questioning predominant theories and proving new concepts, by improving our ability to recognize melanoma much earlier as compared to before, at the same time reducing the number of unnecessary biopsies and excisions, and also simplifying the diagnosis and management of non-melanoma skin cancer. But today it's even more than that. Today we know that the dermatoscope is really our stethoscope, meaning that it makes sense and it's very useful also in the field of general dermatology, inflammatory, infectious and infiltrative diseases. And in the last years there was a big number of publications, but above all there was this very important consensus paper on standardization of dermoscopic terms and features for the use of dermoscopy in general dermatology, according to which we standardized 5 parameters that we should keep in mind when we apply dermoscopy in inflammatory or infectious disorders, which very quickly I would like to remind you that these parameters are the morphology of the vascular structures with 4 possible values, the distribution of the vascular structures, again with 4 possible distributions, then scales, and for scales we are interested for the color but also in their distribution, again 4 possible ways of distribution. Parameter number 3, follicular criteria. Several dermatologic diseases are predominated by follicular criteria, and of course this is a very important parameter. Finally, other structures that cannot be classified in the previous 3 categories, for which we evaluate the color that obviously corresponds to the presence of chromophores, of different chromophores in the skin, and also we are interested in the structure of these, in the morphology of these other structures with 4 possible values again. Finally, there are some specific clues that typify specific diagnoses, such as the ones you can see in this slide, and I'm sure that you are very well familiar with. So this was a very important milestone paper, after which we can officially say that the dermatoscope is can be used and should be used not only for skin tumors but also for any kind practically of skin eruption. Now let me give you some quick updates concerning our society, the International Dermoscopy Society. First of all, as you already saw in the previous slides, we have a brand new logo. This was our previous one, the logo that accompanied our society since the moment that it was founded 20 years ago until a few months ago. And this one is the updated, the new logo from last June. This is the official logo of the IDS, and you will see this logo many times in many different versions. I hope that you find it a modern logo that can be also adjusted in the different ways that it can be used. So get familiar with this logo because you will see it many times, I hope. Another very important news is that, of course, the membership of the IDS is increasing with an impressive rate. We reached 20,000 members all over the world. In fact, we have more than 20,000 members today. But what is very important for me to remind you is that we are asking you, even if you were registered in the past, to validate your IDS membership on our website. This remains for free, but we need to have validated data from all of us, from all of our members, which will definitely facilitate our communication in the near future. So please do it. Please visit our website and validate your status, validate your IDS membership. Then we have a new leadership in the society. I probably know that, I probably guess that you are aware of it, and these are my closest collaborators in this new administration: Caterina Longo, our General Secretary, and John Paoli, our administrative coordinator, and of course the members of the executive board of the IDS. Among them, our friend Ahmed that invited me in this for this lecture that you now attend. And we have a quite rich activity, several working groups, committees, and task forces that I hope that they will produce a good result in the coming years. And I would just like to underline that special attention we pay to hot topics, to cutting edge topics, for which, like the ones you can see in this slide, for which we have created specific task forces. Then we also have 100 new elected board members from all over the world, people representing their own country in our society. And of course, the complete list can be found on our website. And the next thing that I would like to share with you is concerning our meetings. You know that our last in-person meeting was this one, the one that we held in Greece, in Thessaloniki, 4 years ago almost now, which was a great meeting with a very good participation, more than any other Congress in the past. Last year we were supposed to do our 6th Congress, but as you know, it did not happen, so we did it virtually. It was a very successful event, and in fact this June we organize again an online meeting, and we are working a lot on it. I can promise that it will be a fascinating meeting in terms of the program, but also in terms of the tools that we are going to use in order to make it as interactive as possible. But of course, what we are very much awaiting for is to meet again in person, not only for educational purposes, but also to have fun all together, as we usually do in our events. And here you can see some very representative moments. And theoretically, the next time that we meet together is in 2024 in Buenos Aires in Argentina for the 6th World Congress of Dermoscopy. A few last points. Our journal, you know that Dermatology Practical and Conceptual is the official journal of the International Dermoscopy Society, and since a few months we did it. So not only DPC is indexed on PubMed, but also it has an impact factor of almost 2, which is a great development for the journal. We are very happy and proud about it. Of course, we invite you to submit your papers in DPC and also to read our issues, because both of these things are free of charge. You can read it free of charge without any subscription, and you can also submit and publish your papers free of charge. I don't think that there is any other journal in the dermatology field which is free of charge both ways, like DPCs. One more point is that we are very active concerning research. There are several studies of the International Dermoscopy Society that are open today, and continuously new ones open and some others close. Of course, you can find all the details about the IDS studies on our website, and you have the chance to participate because most of them are open for participation. So spend a moment to check our studies if you're interested in research, and participate in the ones that you find interesting. Finally, of course, we are also active in social media. We have a page in Facebook. We have also a forum in Facebook in which several interesting cases are published every day, and the same also in Twitter and in Instagram. So all our social media are active. Follow them and you will be in touch with the daily activity of our society. And last point, I would like to introduce you, if you don't know them, are games. So applications that you can use to play games, but at the same time get trained, such as Dermoscopy. You can find and download Dermoscopy on Apple Store or Google Play, and then you will experience this way of enjoying, having fun and learning at the same time. And also Derma Challenge is another app with many games of different types, and of course a great educational activity. So that was it. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye.